Okay, I think it's going. So last night I was looking through a bunch of my old books, and like I said, I was just sitting out here playing my guitar like crazy, and I found this song, and I want us all to play it. It is oops, don't tell Mallory I bumped her guitar. This song, it's a study by Ferdinando Carulli. There's a Fernando and a Ferdinando. I always get them mixed up. But the last name Carulli, that's a big thing to hang on to. Now, what we're going to do, because this song really, it's just chord shapes and picking. Okay. So what I'm going to do is get you just warmed up with picking patterns. There's 3, but they're almost all identical, right? They're all triplets, so everything's going to be in groups of 3. So what I want you to do is put your thumb on your 6th string, and then you can just have these 2 guys on strings 2 and 1. Oh, Finn wants back in. Okay, I'll just work that 6th string, and I'll get my little friend to come in and watch my thumb, see how it bounces to the 3rd string. So 6, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. So that's a big jump. Okay, Finn's gonna have a fit. I'm gonna let him in and give him some treats. While I do that, you got 6, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, and then move your thumb to the 5th string, and then 3. Okay, so you can feel that. And watch your hand, because it's a big jump, right? From the 6th string to the 3rd, and then 4th, 3rd string. Always quiet out there now. Just like a toddler. Oh, there we go. I feel better. I heard some noise. You always wonder what they're up to when they're quiet. Okay. Work through that a few more times. I'm just going to check on my little friend out there. And first chord we're going to do with that is an A minor. Okay, so if you know the chord A minor, lay that down. It's ukulele D minor. And use your 5, 5th string, and 3rd. Ben, why don't you just come on in here? Yeah? And come get a little snack. Yeah, do you want a treat? Come on. Yeah. You feel all perky, don't you, since your haircut? Oh. Come on. Come on. Yeah, you can bring your stick in. It's okay. Come on. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Do you feel good now? Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna give him a treat, you guys. Yeah. Yes. Oh yeah, lick your little lips. Mm-hmm. What's that? Yes, you're a good boy. I know, protecting me, right? Here you go. All right. Okay, how's that picking feeling? Finn's chewing on his snacks. He's got that going on. What I want you guys to do now is we're going to walk through some of the chords. Make your A minor. And this is like steel string or nylon string, right? You play it with either instrument, you know, or backpacker, whatever. So we're going to work through just a few of these here. So A minor, just give it a strum. Okay. And I've got the chords written down on the whiteboard, but I just want you to check them out first. A minor. Okay. And you'll see that when I make these chords when I'm picking, now go to E, everything just bunny hops up 1 string. Okay. When I'm picking these chords, I'm not going to lay down all my fingers, but it's nice to know the harmony, right, to make the full chord shape. Now the next one is an E7. Typically, if you're strumming an E7, you're going to make it like this. For this song, though, right, here's your E7. For this song, though, look how I've got my baby finger on the 2nd fret. Try it out. If you haven't made an E7 like that, here's the standard one. And there's with the baby finger on the 3rd fret. If you haven't made this E7 shape before, it sounds really, really cool because it's got that tension. This note is more prominent. Yeah. Then from there, we're we're going to go back to just our regular A minor. Now we're going to do an A7. That's going to be next. But it's not going to be this A7. Of course not. Okay, so there's your standard A7. So like a D7 ukulele is the standard A7. But in this song, you've got some options. Make your A chord. So that's like your ukulele D chord. So 2, 2, 2 on strings 4, 3, and 2. Maybe finger on the 3rd fret of the 1st string. Okay. Listen to that tension. If that's a pain to do, you can do that, right? And do a little bar, drop it down. We're not going to be making the full chord for this song because like the picking pattern goes, you're using your 5th string and your 3rd string. We're going to wind up just playing that. But try out the full-on chord so you can feel it, whichever way works for you. You know, because these chords, I don't want you just to use them for this song in a little tiny chunk. I want you to be able to use them in other songs, right? To choose what you want to do. All right, now D minor. Like your ukulele, G minor. So 1st fret, 1st string, 3rd fret, 2nd string, 2nd fret, 3rd string, and then just strum 4 strings. Oh, I love that one. Okay. Then work back to your A minor. Bunny hop everything up 1 string to go back to the E. Back down to A minor, back home, because that's the key that the song is in. Now, pretty quick here, I'm going to set up the whiteboard next to me so you can look at the chords. But before we do that, let's hit that A minor, and I want you to pick 5, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. 5, 2, 1, 3, 2. How's it feeling? Yeah? Good. One more time. Okay, let's try it off the E chord now. Bunny hop everything up 1 string. Now it's going to be 6, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. 6, 2, 1, 3. So all free stroke all the way along. 6, 2, 1. The challenge with this is that thumb mobility, right? Hopping it across those strings. And you might say to yourself, you know what, I'm gonna change it and I'm gonna play it like this. Right? And use your fingers up here. Try not to do that. Try to keep that thumb moving because it's going to pay off in the simple fact that you're going to be more comfortable moving your thumb and more conscious of the distance between those strings. Okay, now from this E, we're going to make that E7. So remember how I've got fret 2 on string 5 covered, fret 1 on string 3, and then I'm going to plop a finger down, if you can, on the 3rd fret of string 2. Because of the way we're picking this, we're not actually going to be using that middle finger. And then you might remember this chord shape from all the blues guitar picking we did. It's the same one. If you want to strum the chord, keep that middle finger down on the 5th string. But we're picking, so it's going to be 6, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. And we're doing it pretty slow right now. When we speed it up, it's going to sound pretty nifty. Okay. Home to A minor. 5, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we're not playing it like in the specific number of repeats that you're supposed to do for the song. I just want you to get comfortable with it. Okay, now that A7. I'm not going to bar it. I'm just going to leave my fingers like this. I'm going to put fret 2 on strings 2, 3, 4. put my baby finger on the 3rd fret of that 1st string. And I'm going to pick 5, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Oh, I love the sound when you take the tension part and make it really prominent. Oh, okay. We're going to go to D minor next. Let's do one more pick on this. And because my middle finger was on the 3rd string, I can use that as my anchor to get to my D minor. So middle finger, 2nd fret, 3rd string. Got my ring finger down on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. There are days when I use my baby finger there. My hand just feels nice and stretchy today, so it's good. 1st finger, 1st fret, 1st string. Picking 4, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, 4, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Lost track of what I was doing. Okay, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go back to A minor, and this is what I want you to try. I want you to do 1 set for A minor, so 5, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, and then right to your E, so you can feel that. So a little bit of a chord push up in there. So A minor, hop to E, 6, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Back to A minor, 5, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, and then just open. That's it. This guitar, this Denver guitar, is really nice to play. You know, it's set up just right, and to have that cutaway, really, really handy, really responsive guitar. What a deal. You know, Mallory paid, I think it was maybe $230 after tax, and it's pretty nice. All right. Now, questions about the picking. How are you guys feeling about that? Are you able to get that thumb moving from the 6th string to the 3rd? It feels like a huge leap at first, right? It's like, oh my gosh, so far. When I first started playing this study, I remember what I had to do, and it was this. And I watched my thumb going from my 6th string to my 3rd, because I wouldn't make it to my 3rd string right away. I'd hit some other string, usually my 4th. So I just sit there and go 6, 3, 6, 3, to see how far I'd have to jump. It made a huge difference for me. All right, so now I'm going to play through this, and then I'm going to put up the chords. So what happens is with the chord chart, when I put it up, each one is done 2 times, except for there's one at the end that's bracketed off, and that's where I got you to do the A minor 1 time and the E 1 time. Okay. So check this out. Now at the speed that I like to play. And it's just the first chunk of that study. It goes on. I'm reading it from the chord chart rather than the sheet music, so I'm kind of fumbling because I'm used to reading the music for it. But the full shebang, so this is a taster, and if you guys want to do more of it, we can, but I think it'll be just a good thing for you to do. I'm going to play the whole shebang, and you'll see that my hands, I'm just going to make partial chords now, okay? And you just check it out and see what I do. So I'll look over here now and get going. So my A minor now is just going to be these 2. right? It sounds really intense and it looks really kind of tricky. But you start to see it's just 6, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. That's it. There is one spot, I realized as I was writing it, there is one spot where it changes with the A minor, and we can do that. It's at the end of the chunk that I've given you. It's a 4, 2, 1, so I'll make note of that. It's so pretty. So romantic classical guitar, they call it the golden age of the guitar, and that's one of the songs from the golden age of the guitar. I think we're still in a golden age for guitar, and we always will be. I love guitar so much. All right, now let me just set this up on my music stand. There was a tragedy with my music stand, and I'll show you what's going on with it. This music stand that I have out here in my studio is the same music stand that I've had for 35 years. See all this nasty glue? That's how my husband had to hold it together because it all broke apart. Now, I was out here one night playing fetch in the studio with Finn. I don't know why. I was just playing with him. Anyways, he went flying and he knocked over the music stand and everything went flying. And there's another broken part on it. I said to Damon, do you think you can fix it again? Maybe glue it together? Anyway, we'll see. We'll see what happens. So hopefully I can put the whiteboard on it and it'll stay. And now it's just like, see, it's just kind of done. I'll just realign myself here and 6, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, all triplets all the way through. I'll move the camera up a little bit so you can see the top two chords. That's your A minor and your E. And what I've done all the way through is every note that you're actually playing. See how I've put little blue highlight kind of marks around the chords? Those are the ones that we're actually using. So you've got the full chord shape, so you know the full harmony of it if you choose to use it in another song. But like me, you may just focus on the notes that you need. And that's totally cool because really it makes it a lot easier to play the song. So I'll just move the camera up a little bit. It's going to be a little twitchy here. Okay, focus camera. Oh, there we go. Okay, you guys see it okay now? Is that? Yeah, okay, cool. Let me just take a peek at, I haven't taken a peek over at YouTube for a little bit here. No, we're good. Okay, good. All right, so A minor, when I'm playing it, I just use those two fingers, 1 and 2 is all I'm doing. And then the E becomes really easy because it's just really one finger, right? On that one there, because at this point, I'm just hitting the business stuff. Just gonna move that a little bit so I can still be in the screen. There we go, okay, there. Okay, we got it going on. So let's hit the A minor. There we go. Hit the A minor and we'll play that one twice. So we'll do 5, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 2 times. Here we go. 5, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. And I'm just going to use the fingers that I need. Okay, now to E. And I'm just going to put my index finger down there now. I'm just going to do it the way I'm used to. 6, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 6, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. At this point now, I'm putting my index finger, or keeping it there, and the baby finger, I'm still totally using that on the 3rd fret of string 2. Okay, and back to the 6s. 6, 3, 2, 1, 6, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Then all I have to do is bunny hop my finger down one string and get that middle finger there. Or I might use my 3rd finger, depends on what I need there to feel comfortable. In the 5s, 5, 2, 1, 3, and repeat it. 5, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. That A7 with that baby finger on the 1st string. So depending on what you feel comfortable with, I tend to keep my middle finger on that 3rd string because of the fact that I can then pivot comfortably to my D minor. Okay. So A7, whatever works for you though. 5, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 5, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, D minor. Okay, was everyone on D minor there? Okay, right on. 4, 2, 1. 4, 2, 1. So I've got all my fingers down on that one because you need them all. And see, I've got this A minor and E written within one area. That's where you do one rep on the A minor and one time on the E. Okay. So if you wanted to, you could do a different bass note on the A minor, but I think if we just keep it as a 5 and a 3 for now, keep it consistent. Okay. So 5, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, and then to E, 6, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. And again with that E, I'm just hitting the first finger. That's it. And now, one rep on the A minor, and then your 5th string open. 5, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, open. All triplets, all the way along. The challenge for me, like I said with this, was moving from the 6th string to the 3rd string. Hey-oh! And that baby finger in the 3rd fret there, and that one there. That was the tricky part for me. I remember that pretty clearly when I started on that. So let's go through it again. Now, did you guys want me to move this a little closer to the screen? Would that be helpful? Is it okay there? All right. Might have to switch to a tinier guitar. Wish I had a travel guitar right now, Laurel. Oh, I better have a sip of coffee while I'm doing this, actually. Does anybody here have a strumstick? I taught at a, where was it? It's in Nelson, BC. I was at a family jam camp. I think they just called it jam camp. And they had about 25 of these drumsticks. And I was like, what are you guys doing with all these drumsticks? You know what? They were some of the best instruments to get people playing. It was amazing. I loved it so much. I went and bought a drumstick. It was so much fun to play. I usually Travis pick on it. It's fun. All right, let's do this study again. You guys ready? So again, I'm just gonna put down my fingers now that I need, and that's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be pretty economical with my fingering. Just put down what I need. Here we go. 5, 2, 1, ready, 2, 1. 5, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 5, 2, 3, 2, 1. Your little baby E with just one finger. 6, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 6, 2, 1. 3, 2. E7. Building on that harmony there, right? Baby finger on that 3rd fret. You guys got it? Awesome. 6, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 6, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Back to A minor. 5, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 5, 2, 3, 2, 1. Pivoting to that A7. Just gonna check and make sure you guys got it. Right on. Okay, 5, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 5, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. You can keep that middle finger anchored and go to your D minor. Yeah, right on. Okay, onto that D minor. Go. Let's go wait, make sure everyone's there. Sometimes I use the baby finger there. Sometimes I use my ring finger. It depends on what works. Yeah, you guys got it. Okay, here we go. 4, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. 4, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to do the quick hop part. 1 rep on A minor. Hop to E. 6, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. 1 rep again on A minor. 1, 3, 2, 1. 5th string open. And if you want a fancy ending, if you're like, oh, I want something extra, what would Tina do? I would do this. I would smush my finger across the 5th fret, those 3 strings. I'd go like that too if I need to, whatever. And I would pluck those 3 with my fingers and wiggle my finger ever so slightly. Oh yeah. So if I'm sitting there doing it, just a little twitch, right? So then you go like this. Oh, it sounds so fancy. I love that A minor bar chord. All right, you guys run through this a little bit. Get comfy with it. And I'm looking for any questions that you have, anything, you know. I'm going to take a picture of this and just put it up on my website. But what I'm going to do is hold it up for just a second so you can see I've got the 3 different picking patterns laid out there, the 5-2-1, 3-2-1, 6-2-1, 3-2-1, 4-2-1, 3-2-1. Okay, so it's, and you can use this with any chords that you want, right? And you can make your own study, right? Your own romantic, moody sounding piece of music. Or maybe you want to give yourself an intro for a song that you're strumming. It's nice. You got it there, Louise? You're taking a picture of it, right? Okay. Oops. Do you want me to hold it up so you can get the picking patterns too? No? Okay. I had so much fun going through all these books last night. I couldn't believe the treasures I was finding. Oh, so good.
It's really funny because I'm working on the Andante with, and I didn't notice it was Ferdinando Carulli, but
Yeah.
this is Ferdinando Carulli. This is my project I'm working on right now. It's really fun. It's art.
Oh, there are
That's great.
so many beautiful pieces that he's written.
Oh,
So
yeah,
if you like Carulli, look up Giuliani too.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. His pieces. There was 3 of them. You know, Fernando Sor, Ferdinando Carulli, and Mauro Giuliani wrote some of the most gorgeous pieces of music that bring back such good memories for me too. Right. So the Andante, what key is that one in?
Since the
Nice. Yeah. That one. That's awesome. So that one, it starts off in the key of A minor, and then it modulates. There's a second part where it goes to C. And then,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it goes back to A minor. Oh, look at me. I'm like, yeah, that song's so much fun to play. It's so like there's something coming, right?
Yeah, there's this coming. There's
Hmm.
this little thing that goes on right in the middle of that. Just, yeah, it's really
That
fun.
tension, right?
Yeah.
That tension. That's awesome. Well,
Yeah.
good for you. That's super cool. That's
I've actually been playing on the guitar so my fingers are a little like, oh, where's the fourth fret here? It's a little different, so I'm stretching out to play it on here.
that happens to me when I play my my guitar. It's suddenly the frets look so tiny, you know,
Yeah,
and you gotta get
yeah,
your head wrapped around all these different sizes of instruments.
yeah.
Let's play this one again, you guys. I see a few of you folks have been practicing like crazy while we've been playing. Louise, I would love to hear you go through that full shebang again on whatever instrument you want to play it on. Doesn't matter, guitar, whatever. Okay, let's go for it, you guys. Whoop, yeah, there we go. On the A minor. 5-2-1, 3-2-1. Here we go. 5-2-1, 3-2. And to E. 6-2-1, 3-2. 6-2-1, 3-2-1. Add your baby finger on that 3rd fret of the 2nd string. 3-2-1, 6-2. finger A7. Just going to show that to you real quick. A7, here we go. 5, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 5, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, D minor. Middle finger can stay down for that change. 4, 2, 1. And now we're doing the quick hop, A minor for one set. To E, 6, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Back to A minor. 4, 2, or sorry, 3, 2, 1, and then open. All right, so I'm going to play through this chunk the way we've got it now, just again, and keep it flowing so that you can hear it. What is the name of this piece? Study number 2. How boring is that, right? Study number 2. I was looking to see what collection it comes from, and let me just grab the music there. This is where I found it. Now, this is a very old book. The Repertoire and Studies for the Royal Conservatory Music, Grade 2, classical guitar. And it's got, I don't think it's even my book, but it's kind of handy. Someone stapled a practice journal in on the inside. Looks like they only practiced one time though. What's going on with that? And super handy. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this for guitar. Fingerboard chart where it just shows the note names going up. Oh yeah, that sort of stuff. Super, like I'd looked at that so many times when I was a kid, learning how to read that music on guitar and just referencing it. All right, so now the whole thing's falling apart here. And yeah, this one, it doesn't even say, it just says study number 2. But I know it's from a collection of music that he did for people that were new to playing classical guitar. I know that. And if you look up study number 2 by Ferdinando Carulli, you'll find about 1 million of them. Maybe not 1 million, but several of them, and you'll be like, what the heck? Which study is it, you know? I think, though, based on the other ones in here, it's probably from his Opus 51. Work 51 is probably where it's coming from. Sorry, study number. I'm just putting it in the chat so you can. There we go. Likely from there, because he wrote a number of pieces that were interesting to play, that stayed within the first 5 frets of the guitar, so you could get used to reading, get used to playing, and try different techniques and not have to move too far. So that was very nice of him. I'm just looking in here to see if there's other ones from that same opus. Oh, there's another one, study number 9. The Grade 2 Royal Conservatory book gave me so many nifty songs to play. And Louise, I think the one that you're working on, that Andante, if I remember right. Oh, it's not in here? I thought it was. Maybe it's, there it is. There's your Andante in their Grade 2 Royal Conservatory, yep. Yeah, and it's this This part here, page 2, where it flips over to C major. Such a fun song.
It's really varied too. That second page is completely different.
Yep,
And
totally.
then you go back to the first, yeah.
Yeah. And that one, I mean, you take a look at all the different techniques in there, right? You're using double stops in the
Yeah.
first part.
Yeah.
And you've got that motion there where you're pinching two strings.
Mhm.
Awesome. And with the one we're working on here, it's strictly moving that thumb, you know. And you might be like, well, how is this really going to help me? Let me tell you, you get going on Travis picking. That study, doing all this, is going to make Travis picking that much easier for you. So,
It's funny because that's a pattern that I learned for blowing in the wind in like 6th grade. But it's a little bit different because it's got another tag on it. It's like it's 1 2 3 1 2 3 and then 1 2.
you're rolling, yeah, 1 2 3 1 2 3 1
So
2.
it rolls a little bit, but
Oops.
it's like the first part of it is exactly the same, and then it does that extra tag at the end. So I have to make myself not do that extra piece at the end.
Well, and I think that's because everything's sitting in groups of 3, and yours is
Yeah, it's a 4 because you're taking 1, 2, and 3 and 4 and.
Yeah. So it messes with your mind a little bit at first, right?
Yeah,
Challenge
yeah.
for the brain. I like that. How are you guys feeling about using that baby finger on that 3rd fret? Are you able to get your fingers there? The 3rd fret.
I'm using my ring finger sometimes because my baby finger has a problem with that much reach. I could do it, I think, on a uke, but it's a little hard on the guitar. My baby finger is like challenged. It won't go. It's like it's too attached to my ring finger.
My baby finger has issues too. So
yeah. It didn't used to have as many issues, but now it's gotten more issues.
moody, right? Moody baby fingers. I got a moody baby finger too. But if that happens, what you can do is plant your baby finger first and then reach back with the stronger fingers. That's usually my thing. Is the weaker one gets all the support it needs, gets to plant first rather than stretching that way. It makes such a big difference for me. So like with that, going from the E to the E7, what I do, I make my E, right, for that first one, and then when I reach for E7, I actually, if I need to, release a little bit of pressure off that first fret, lay the baby finger, and then reach back. I just do it fast, right? And I just kind of rock back. It can make a big difference for my, just for my comfort level with moving around. Let's play it one more time, hey? Let's do this. And then you may very well be inspired to go forth, like I say, and write something else, whatever. Okay, A minor, here we go. 5 2 3. Oh, sorry. 5 2 1 3 2 1. A minor. And E. Turn it to E7. Right on, you guys. A minor. 5 2 1 3 2. Get ready for that A7. I'm just gonna wait. Yeah, good. 5 2 1 3 2 1. D minor. 4 2 1. Nice. Quick change from A minor to E. Back to A minor. Fancy. Wow. If we do the full shebang, that little 5th fret thing that I do, I still do it way at the end of the song after I've gone through everything. I love it. So basically what I've done with this part is I've given you the main core of the song. It does, like, this part would be section A, then it flips into this major part, which would be section B, comes back to this section A. If you can keep the picking pattern going so that you don't have to worry so much about your hand position. It's going to make it easier to get to the chords because you're not going to have to think about two things at the same time, right? But I would suggest going through, strum the chords the way they are, and make sure that you're comfortable with, gosh, it's dark in this place right now. Oh, there we go. Make sure you're comfortable with the chords the way they are so that you can apply them to other songs, especially ones like that E7 and that A7, because they sound so cool. And then just keep that picking going. And like Laurel says, like you may find some other picking patterns that you've used that are similar. So it can be a challenge to switch gears, but it can also just build your tools, right, for playing different songs. The number of times where I've played a song where it's, kind of slow, when it sounds neat to have triplets rolling behind it with the chords, it's just so much fun to do. And picking out the bass note, the lowest note of the chord, and then hitting that third string constantly. It's just a nice way to bring out different notes. Usually what I do with this one is I keep the bass note and the third string a little bit louder than everything else. You'll hear where I'm kind of heavy with my thumb. So if I'm sitting there playing, thinking about that. Here I'm bringing out that third string. Except there when I hit that A7, I like to bring out that first string. And the reason why I do that, the reason why I pick that a little bit harder, is because I'm going from the third fret on the first string to the first fret on that, the third fret on the first string to the first fret on the first string, and I like to bring out the melodic change there, the harmonic change of that, and I think it just sounds kind of neat if I play that a little louder. So when you're doing this sort of stuff, when you get comfortable with your chord changes, you can decide what note you want to have louder. And then you just start to control that much more of what you're doing. It works so well in so many songs. I was sitting around last night also finger picking a bunch of Neil Young songs. Do you guys like Neil Young? Yeah, I see a couple smiles. Yeah, I was doing Only Love Can Break Your Heart, and just finger picking the melody and everything, and then bringing out certain parts of the melody that I wanted to emphasize. It was so much fun. So that's where using this sort of thing, working the tools, right? Figuring out which notes you want to have louder really pays off. So yeah, this is stepped outside of everything else that we've done so far, but I thought it would just be really fun when I go on these song benders. I like to bring people with me. I'm not sure what else to say about this. Like, I feel like the skills have been good there. But do you guys have questions about it? Any or any songs that you think you could use it in, or?
Another one that like my pattern, the 4 pattern, is Approaching Lavender. That's really beautiful.
What song is that?
Approaching Lavender.
Oh my gosh, who writes that song?
I think isn't it a Gordon Lightfoot?
I don't know. That sounds so pretty.
It's D. Okay, I don't even remember what these chords are. You do a D, and then you put 3 fingers across at the 2nd fret, which is a D something or other,
Yeah,
and then a D7,
yeah.
and then a G minor, D, and then you leave the middle finger down and you put the finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, which is another kind of a D. And then there's an A7 in it somewhere also. But that's basically it. So it's like a D progression.
Yeah.
Isn't that a pretty progression?
That's gorgeous. I was
I
just
do it better on another instrument. This one's a little bit harder because I haven't played it in so long.
yeah,
But
right.
it's the frets seem, I think this has actually bigger frets, I think, even than my guitar Lily one, because
Yeah.
it's like a long way from one fret to
This is
the
pretty much a
next.
standard guitar neck size, right? With just a
Yeah, it's a standard full size guitar neck. Let me try it on. Let me do it on. Actually, I can do it on a uke really nicely. I'll do it as if it was a D. It'll be a G, but that's okay. Oh no, that won't work. That won't work. I can't do that. All right, because that's going to be weird. I'll do it.
I tend to shop around when I'm trying stuff, play different instruments. Okay, I think we should all learn the chord progression to Approaching Lavender. That sounds gorgeous.
I wish I could remember. Somewhere I have written down what those chords actually are. I suppose I can figure them out, but they're D something or other.
Yeah, D major
Maybe
7.
nines and 11s or something. I don't know.
They're gorgeous.
Yeah, I've always liked that, but that runs with that pattern really nicely.
Yeah. Yeah,
Anyway,
that's beautiful. Okay, so Approaching Lavender. I had never heard of that song before. Now I've got to.
yeah, I can probably, if you can't find it, I can. I'm sure it's out there.
Oh, I found it. I
Okay.
found it on ultimateguitar.com.
Cool.
Yep, I got it. This is going to be awesome. And you do it.
It is Gordon. It is Gordon Lightfoot. I was right.
Yep. Yeah, you nailed it. Yeah. Approaching Lavender. Yeah, that's a cool song. Okay, so I've just been enlightened. Okay, I'm gonna stop the live stream because I feel like I've just got to go check out Gordon Lightfoot now. So